Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
You guys. Hi, YouTube. How are you guys doing today? Welcome, and we're doing the Alchemist. Hey, Alchemist, how are you doing? I have to find the book. Oh, there you go. How is everyone doing? How are my people doing in Canada who got the fury of Hurricane Fiona? How's Nova Scotia doing? Oh my goodness. I'm still itching, guys. I think during the, I don't know if I told you guys, but during the hurricane, I made sure that I had edible food in case the electricity went out, which I never had the full electricity out. I did have some electricity. And so I brought edible foods, and I may never eat these foods again. So I brought a slab of ham and bacon, and I cooked all the bacon, and I brought frankfurters because I know I can eat frankfurters cold on a bun, or I can heat it up very quickly the way Wolverines told me to do it, right? So I cooked everything at once. And so I just nibbled and ate on, well, for dinner, for 3 days, I had BLT sandwiches because I absolutely love BLT sandwiches. But I think the problem was cooking the bacon in advance. I don't know if you guys can hear me. This is my air conditioner. Let's see. It's taking. Let me see if my iPods are taking. Bluetooth. That's funny. It's not taking. I thought so. Better, but I think the problem occurred with my attack on my body is because I cooked the bacon in advance, and I kept eating small slivers of the ham. In any case, maybe I should be off of pork now, guys. What do you think? Maybe it's a pork thing? I don't know. But I am paying the piper for Fiona, right? It was my first hurricane, so I didn't really know what to do. I would have been better off eating oatmeal all for 3 days, because I did have electricity. In any case, I've got this rash on my arm, and I've been taking Benadryl for 3 days now, but I don't take the full Benadryl because I have allergies even to Benadryl, meaning I can go to sleep on the adult dosage, so I don't take the adult dosage. I take the children's dosage. But actually, I have pills here. I think these are the adult pills, and then I cut them in half. So I think the pills are 25 milligrams. And so when I cut them in half, they're 12 milligrams, and still they knocked me the hell out. Could be that too much pork makes you itch. I think so. Miss Net Net. I just didn't know what my response should be during a hurricane. You know, I learned talk is a no-no during a hurricane. I learned the hard way. Good morning, Tracy, and all misfits. Good health and be safe and take care of yourselves. Love and light, Sophia. Love and light. I definitely think it's a pork thing. So now I've decided that I just don't want any meat in my body right now. So I'm just eating vegetables. I could eat fish, but I don't even want fish right now. I just don't want any meat in my body. I just want my body to heal. And it's only on my arms. Don't you find that weird? That it's on both arms, on the shoulder. You don't find that weird? Nothing else. Not my feet, not my face. A little bit wound up on my chest, but the chest part went away. So, yeah, I don't know what it was, but it had something to do with Hurricane Fiona. So she may not have attacked St. Croix and the building, but my actions helped her attack me. I don't know. So weird. It's all so weird. It's also uncomfortable, right? It's uncomfortable. All right. How are you guys doing? How are you spending your Saturday your weekend? Who has to work? Who doesn't have to work? What are you guys up to today? Hmm? Also, I'm suffering from dehydration, which again might have something to do with the crap that I was putting in my body. So I found from one of my peeps here in St. Croix, I was telling her what I was going through with dehydration and how expensive Pedialyte is. Ciao. And she told me to make my own Pedialyte. So I did. I make my own Pedialyte now, and I'm so happy to have found. That's why it's good to talk to people, to have found a way to make my own Pedialyte. And if you want to know how to make your own Pedialyte, even if you don't know you're dehydrated, you can just make it. It doesn't matter. But it's lemon juice or lime juice, right? Water, right? And a pinch of salt. Sweeten to taste. So if you like honey, if you like sugar, I do believe a sweetener has to be in it. I think it's part of the component. I'm not really sure, but I do believe honey or sugar needs to be in it, like to make it an electrolyte, right? I don't know if stevia would work the same way. I think is what I'm trying to say. I think it literally has to be a sweetener, like honey or sugar. I think. Don't go by me. I'm not a fan of sugar, but I do keep sugar in the house. I keep sugar in the house for magical purposes when I'm doing my candle magic. And I keep it in my refrigerator because the damn ants love anything sweet on this island. Oh my God. The ants are annoying. And so I keep it in my refrigerator. I barely use my sugar. Um, so just now I made some Pedialyte again because I'm going out to watch Woman is King. Remember, we talked about this, guys. I want you all to consider investing in seeing the movie and take your children, boys and girls alike, but especially the little girls, right? Because if you didn't know it, or if you don't understand it, Black women have always held down this country, the fort, right? So don't let people make you feel inadequate, right? About your role in society, right? We've always been at the forefront of manifesting powerful changes just from our word, right? The men got the muscle, we got the power with our words. But imagine if you come from a tribe in Africa that were a bunch of warriors and you don't even know it, right? I'm not having that. I do believe I come from, I do. I believe I come from warrior energy. I believe the name Tracy literally means warrior. It's literal. So, interesting enough, so does the name Terry, and my sister's name is Terry. So it's funny how my mom both gave us warrior names, and I feel like we both have warrior uh, things about us, just just different types, right? So funny that we both have warrior names. I've always known that my name meant warrior, and I've always loved it. I've always loved it. And let me tell you something. I act like a warrior out there in the street. I'm ready to fight everyone for no damn reason. Um, and I know I got that from my mom. My mom, when I was a kid, she would just fight people, and I'd be so embarrassed by her. I'm like, oh my God, not again. And in my adult life, you know, fighting injustice is a whole thing, right? That's what I, that's a big thing with me, injustice, be it immigrant injustice, domestic violence, right? So I get it now. I get why I had to be named Warrior. I had to live up to the name. Do you guys know what your names mean? Do you guys know? You should look it up, guys. Look up what your name means, if you can. I know some of us have blended names and the system hasn't caught up to, you know, blended names, but if you can, look it up. I know the system isn't really fair, especially to black names, right? Right? They're not really fair to us, but it's okay. Still look it up and see what it means. Let's see something. All right. Let me bring Melissa on board. Hold on a second. Oh, wait. Melissa, before you come on board, could you, hey, oh, damn it. You just turn this off. Could you look at your text message? Oh, good, good, good. You did look at it. Yes, yes. Okay. Oh, wait. I'm going to put you on speaker. Hi, Melissa.
Hey, Tori, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I think I'm doing pretty good today. I said, you know what? I like him to just say he gets watching too much because I was on the bus. But when you said, make sure that you do me and you want to have a good weekend.
Yes. Yes.
And I was like, you know what? I want to have a good weekend.
That's right. That's right. Demanded. Now,
Doing today.
going to see the movie Woman is King.
I love the movie. I'm going to see one by myself. I don't want to be too. I don't want to be selfish. So, you know, when I ask anybody, they want to come and stuff. I react my mom. So when maybe next week or something, we'll go see it.
Good, good. Yeah, I actually don't know what to. I don't know what to expect, really, except a bunch of women that are fighting. But that's enough for me. I'm always down for a good fight, child.
Why?
Always. Give me a good fight. Even I think that's the warrior in us, right? We're, like, always down for a good fight. And you're like, why? Because it's the warrior in us, I think. I'll make up an excuse for anything. So how have you been feeling?
Well, I can say, I know my convention game has been turning me all over the place, right?
Yes. Yes, it has. Yep.
It really shows when I have a bad temper.
Yeah.
So I got to really show my ugliness a little bit of how angry I can be. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, relax.
Yes.
I get that angry.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, it just makes me just really awkward. It really shows, I think I'm more vocal when I'm angry.
Oh, interesting. More Ogun. Interesting. I love it. I love it. I do.
Like, oh God, I'm like, I need to just listen. I had, some people like to be professional at work, but I was like, no. I said, I'm too agitated.
Yes.
And I was like, all right. And so I was like, thank God it's Friday. I'm going to come in and have a good weekend.
That's
And,
right.
I don't know what else predicted me during the week. Oh, yesterday I found a baby feather. It was the smallest feather I've ever seen. So
That.
I just put it inside, like I have like a case for my phone. So I just put it behind the phone.
Aw. So you carry it with you then?
Yeah, I just remembered that I did that yesterday.
That is
Because I
so
seen it
cool.
and I was just like, oh wow. So I'll make sure I take a picture of it so I can send it to you. But it was the
Yes.
smallest thing. I mean, so small.
That is so cool. I think that's a sign, Melissa. I think it's a sign. Hmm? Yeah.
I was thinking about it this morning, how every time I see like wing shines or anything that moves,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
left and right, I look at it and just, in my mind I would say, well, if you're there or whatever, I would say, show me yes, show me no.
Yes, yes, yes.
I used to do things like that.
Yes.
Even when I'm in the store or something, if I see something swinging, I'm like, okay, then I'll get my answer. But just letting it swing so I can just answer the question and stuff like that, see what it would tell me.
Yes.
And I think that's what we would do. Yeah.
I like that.
When I got in the house after working Billy, I heard a woman's voice. But she had like a brass voice. And she told me, she said hello.
Oh.
Right? Like she was waking up.
Yeah.
And I looked at my nephew and I said, "You hear anything?" And he's like, "No." I said, "Okay." So I said, that's just me.
Wait, Melissa, this was in your house?
Yeah. I heard a woman's voice. And she was like, hello. But she was an old lady voice.
Yeah.
But I heard her say hello. And I was just like she was waking up. Like she was just getting up out of bed. That's what type of voice she had.
Yeah, yeah.
And I said, I looked at my nephew. And he was like, no.
Oh, that's too funny.
Okay. I said, that's just me probably opening up.
Mm-hmm.
For somebody to say something. And I have to say that
Yeah.
I went and I was staging all my crystals and stones.
Yeah.
And I actually went and put them all away.
Yeah.
So I put away all my, anything that was on my altar, I kind of like declutter it because I realized too, once you have an altar, you have to
clean it.
You gotta.
Are you there?
Hello?
I'm here. I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm saying you gotta clean it.
Oh, yeah. So I went and I cleaned it, wiped it down, dust and everything. It's always good to do that. But at the same time, it's like when you want to have your EDs and up and everybody up on there, you have to make time to care for your altar.
Yes.
You know, you have to make I forgot discipline. You gotta be more disciplined when you have the altar.
Yes.
So I just clean it up, I put things away. I'm like, okay, I can't have all my crystals out. I can't have all my DCs out right now. So you know what? I'm gonna put everybody away, put everybody in the box. And so that's what I did, and I lightened it up. So when I lightened it up yesterday, all my things that I do my meetings or whatever on and everything else.
Yeah.
Was my moldavite. I haven't seen my moldavite in months.
Oh,
and I was just like,
multivite. No, Melissa, multivite can disappear.
wow.
Yeah, I've noticed that. My multivite will disappear.
You know what? My moldavite, they're so expensive, by the way. My gosh.
It's very expensive, yes.
And then, I mean, I got like the lowest piece, and I spent like maybe like $125 on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I felt that, but it's worth it. But you know, I had I forgot the name of that Florida water, right? My Florida Florida water spilled on my motorbike, and I said, oh my God. So it gave off like this, like the texture of my motorbike was gone a little bit.
Really?
The color was gone just a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. And I was just like, wait a minute. Because I don't know what was in Florida water, but I decided that I'm never going to. I'll really use the Florida water for whatever it's for, but I never knew what. I'm like, man, it was really bad with the Florida water, the motorbike, but they had like this little chalky little feel, whatever. I don't know how to describe to it. It was like, you know, almost like is it chalky or sand? I think chalky one. So I'm like, oh my God, I messed up the right. So I had it or in a sorry or whatever. Dang, my motorbike disappeared. And then all of a sudden it just showed up yesterday.
See?
Not only did it show up, but I had a day where I had to take Uber down to work, and I don't know how. It's like I seen the motorbike in spirit. You know how like Spirit just open your phone? I don't know if that happened. Like Spirit opens my phone to my Uber for me to go take my ride immediately. And I was like, oh. I said, that never happened before, but I stopped thinking.
Right.
I was like, oh my God. The Spirit's cheaper today. At this moment. I said, let me just take it.
Wow.
You just never know what's going to happen to you.
This is true.
And I was just like, okay, I seen the motorbike. And that's the same day. That was yesterday. That was the same day that I seen the feather. So it went from the motorbike, from my phone, from Spirit opening my phone and putting it on.
Yes.
My Uber.
Yes.
For me to go take my ride.
Yes.
Then I seen the baby feather.
It was so you could see the baby feather then. Oh yeah. You know, because feathers fly away, so they needed you outside right now.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. That is so cool.
That's so cool. And I have some willow from a tree.
You have some what?
And willow.
Willow. Oh, I
You know,
love
the
willow.
from a tree.
Yeah, I love willow.
Yeah. Well, my brother's girlfriend's grandma has the willow tree in her backyard.
Hmm.
And the willow tree is so huge. I'm like, oh my God, that's willow.
Yeah.
So I just grabbed a couple of pieces, and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta send one to Dory.
Oh my God. Well, you don't even know. Like willow's one of my favorite trees.
I'm like, I have to go send it to you. I will bubble wrap it and send it. Because I was like, this is so cool. And it was just abundance of it. It was so much that, like, it was from the floor all the way up, and I was just like, wow. I was like, this is exciting.
That is so exciting.
Yeah, like, oh my goodness.
Maybe you could
Like, you know,
maybe you could find a tube to put it in. You know, like they put in paintings. You know how they roll up a painting? Yeah, find a tube. You might be able to get it at Staples or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to crush it, and I like that. It's small.
Yeah.
So it'd be good to send it like that. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Let me write that down.
Oh yeah.
I know that too, because I just look at it from when they have Amazon packages.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe maybe an art store would have those tubes at an art store or something. Maybe Staples. Oh, maybe Michael's. Michael's might have the tubes. Michael's.
Oh, okay. I've been to
Yes.
Michael's before.
Yes. They would have the
Like,
tubes.
so good, because I was like, oh, I do not want to break it.
Yes.
I was like, oh, so I put it on my altar, and I don't know. I feel like sometimes when you cleanse your energy of certain things, even if you're doing baby steps of figuring out how you want your altar to be,
Yes.
sometimes it just it changes your aspect of things.
Yeah, they change your spirit, right? I mean,
Yeah.
taking care of your altar is no different than a clean kitchen, right?
Right.
It's all the same energy, right? And shifting things up, because sometimes I have long periods where I don't need my altar, right?
Right.
And then there are other periods where I work on my altar and, do work from my altar and feed my altar. And then there's long periods where I just let the energy do what the energy is supposed to do, right? If you constantly work on something, then sometimes your wish doesn't come true, because it's almost like begging and not doing the work, right? So if you ask for something from spirit, right? And spirit's like, oh, we got this, but if you gonna sit back and do nothing, spirit is like, damn, like she's not understanding the work, right? So even with candle magic, I'm not telling you, Melissa, because I know you know this, but even with candle magic, sometimes you can stop doing candle magic, right? To let the energy do what the energy can do for you. This is why me personally, I don't do candle magic during Mercury retrograde, because that's my period to just stop doing magic. And let me tell you something, Melissa, it's so hard, because I love doing candle magic. It's so hard. All I want to do is candle magic. That's all. Constantly. So, and even this Mercury retrograde, I was like, well, you can at least light a white candle, which I can, right? But I still didn't. I still held back. I still didn't do it. I was like, no, be committed to not doing magic. It's hard though. It's so hard.
And you know what? Yeah, and you know what though too? It's like even after you do the work, you can't obsess about is it gonna come true yet. Sometimes you gotta let it go.
Yes, that's the whole purpose. Like, just let it go, right? The energy will show up the way the energy, especially if it's a big favor, right? Especially if, like, if you're having like a problem on your job, right? And you're like, please resolve this problem for me, God, and you do some magic on it, it takes a minute to show up how spirit is going to take care of the problem. The shit doesn't happen overnight. So you have to have some patience. Mm-hmm.
You gotta have patience, and you know if that means you want your goal to be like, I want my own makeup line, then
Yes.
you know you put the wish out there, and you got to put in the work to be like, what do I have to research?
Yes. Yes.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I do the back work.
Who do I have to talk to? Right.
Right. We got to talk to them. You know.
Yeah.
And it's good to ask somebody else how to start their business. You know, most people will probably tell you how they started their business. You
Absolutely.
Know, how they started and, you know, to give you some advice.
Most people are very generous about that. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like humble.
What you say?
You know what? I said like very humble.
Yes.
You want to know something yesterday?
Talk to me.
I went to CVS, right?
Uh-huh.
I look on the CVS when I can.
Yeah.
They had the Tide Pod.
Yeah.
People will put the, you know what, to wash your clothes.
Yeah.
They were in a locked case.
Yes.
That you had to take a box.
Yes.
So it was locked up. So if you want it, you have to take that box and take it to the register.
Yes. Now, are you saying that's new?
I did not know they did that.
Are you saying that's new for you?
That's new. I never seen that.
Yeah.
You know, they're starting to lock up a lot of things.
Yes.
And just having people just take it up to the front desk, and I'm like, this is weird. Like, why are they doing that?
Well, Melissa.
I understand perfume.
No, Melissa. I think that there's an economic issue coming, right? And it's global. This economic issue is global, right? So I think places like CVS know that this economic issue is coming, right? And I think they're planning for it. So I feel like there's an economic issue coming that they're going to create on purpose.
Wow, because I've seen stuff locked up that is the cheapest thing in the store. And
Yes.
I said to myself,
Yes.
I don't like that brand, but why is it in a box?
No.
I'm like, that's so embarrassing to be walking with a clear box.
Yeah. Where I used to come from, they locked up soap. They locked up body wash, Suave body wash. They locked that shit up. Yep. And they were doing it in all the stores.
Wow.
They were doing it in all the stores. So my impression is that they're planning for something. They already know something's about to go down. Yeah. That's what I'm getting out of all of this. And I'm sticking to it. Yep.
Wow, because I believe you, because I was wondering, because I was like, okay, I haven't been here in a long time, but I was like, what is, I'm like, how do you expect people to, it makes you feel like you're stealing when you walk on a box.
Yes.
I thought they put it in a box so people will prevent them from stealing. I'm like, is people really stealing Tide Pod?
Yeah. No, it's really some bullshit. Let me tell you right now. But the way because I questioned it too, and the way I got it was that they're planning an economic crisis, but listen to the words, they're planning it. So that means real powers that be are setting the stage to not lose so much money if people need to riot and steal.
Right, they can't steal it because it's too bulky.
Right. Right.
Wow. All right, thank you for giving me the insight of that. And how have you been?
Other than my itchy skin, just on my arms, by the way, it's like really weird what I'm suffering from. I've been fine. It's been a little quiet on the home front, but quiet is good, Melissa. I come from a family that loves drama, and so it's nice to when you come from a family that loves drama, then you expect drama, right? So every phone call or every text is like drama, and you expect it. You're like, oh my God, I'm getting a text message from so and so. So it was quiet. It was nice. I did my jobs and did my videos. It was good. It was good. It's nice to be in a new place of serenity, I think is what's happening to me. It's a new place of serenity.
I love that. Sunny is like peaceful, like almost like you just listen to the water fountain music. Well, not music. Like how that trickles down.
Yes. 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 That's what it is. It's just.
You remember those?
What you saying?
It reminds me of. You remember those things? Like I remember my grandma would have a statue of it, and then it will have like a whole it looks like string or whatever. That could be the gate going around the statue, and it'd be like the gold going down. Oh, is it gold or oil? I think it was oil. They'll come down the street.
Right.
Do you remember those?
No.
No. Oh my God, I have to look that up and find.
Yeah.
My grandma had that growing up.
Send
She
me.
would have like a lady, a statue lady. And instead of and around it will be like wire, right? But it's not wire. I forgot what kind of string it is.
Yeah.
And it was like a waterfall, but it's not water. It was oil.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, that kind of rings a bell. With the oil coming out of it, that kind of rings a bell. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
I have to look that up because I don't know how I remember something like that. I'm like, this is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can look that up later and see if I can find it. But it looks like water, but it's not water.
Yes.
And I used to work, and I'd be like, where does it go? I used to just go down the stream, and then come back again, and you see it keep going.
Right.
And I just feel like, wow, I think I've never touched it.
So cool.
Very cool.
All right, sweetie. We can get started on reading if you like, but I do want to tell.
Give me one second.
Oh, take your time. I do want to tell everyone, Woman is King. Go take your children to see Woman is King. Don't let me come back and give y'all a review on Woman is King. Don't let me come back and do it, because you know I will. I'm going to see Woman is King today. I'm so excited. I just want to support Viola. She's actually one of my favorite actresses. And so I just can't wait. Like, I cannot wait to see this movie. And if you've seen the trailer, it's so exciting, this trailer. All right, I got to contact Aoife Shea. Aoife Shea. Hold on. So it turns out from Aoife Shea, she gave me the love elixir, right? Oh, she's not there. She gave me the love elixir months ago, and I didn't know that I had ran out. And so I took my last dropper yesterday, and this is not right. So I need her love elixir. I don't see it on her website, love elixir. So I'm just texting her right now. So cool. Oh, I'm so excited to see. Oh yeah. And she makes it really good. It's to incite self-love and heart healing, and you take it when you need it. Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Mhm. It's nice.
I love that you're going to go to the movies today.
Me
That's like
too,
my favorite. Like,
Melissa. This is the first time I've been to the movies in 2 years.
wow.
Maybe 2.5 years. Maybe 2.5 years, because
I know that.
co-
Yeah.
because COVID was March 2020, and this is now
Right.
September 2022. So it's been 2.5 years that I have not been inside a theater.
And most people haven't been, you know?
Yep, I know. I don't think the movie industry is making all that much money, right? They do have like certain
Right.
box office uh, um, movies that will make money regardless, right? There are certain movies, if they put out a
Right.
Star
You
Wars
know what?
movie. Yeah.
They took away the last time when I went to go to the movies, but I think 2 weeks ago, whatever.
Uh-huh.
They had that machine where you were just gonna pick out your tickets and your seat.
Yeah.
They had nobody. They didn't have no people working in the back that does your tickets anymore.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like taking away the people's jobs, the computer.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. We knew that was coming, you know?
Right, that's true.
Yeah. But it's so easy to buy the ticket from the machine, Melissa.
It is easy because you don't have to deal with keep saying this is what I want.
Right.
The movie starts.
Exactly.
Everything's right there for you to do it yourself.
And then where I came from, you pick out your own seats even.
Right, yeah. We get to pick our own seats now, so.
Yeah. And when I say where I come from, I mean California. I have no idea. I'm in a third world country. So I'm pretty sure none of that advanced technology is here.
Yeah.
I'm in a third world country, people. Period. Too funny. All right. Are we ready, Melissa?
Yeah, I am ready.
So do you remember what page we were on?
I got, I stopped at, page 102.
Oh, 102. Okay, that is my marking. I put 100. I put a bookmark, and that is my marking too. So you stopped at 102, but I think. Well, let's just start from. Let's
Oh,
start.
yeah, you were the one. I remember I came back to listen, and you was finishing up.
Yeah, I was finishing up.
I remember you finished it.
Yeah, so I think.
So I went to 103, right?
Yeah, I think we might be on 103. He felt sleepy.
You want me to put the beginning on top on 103?
Where it says he felt sleepy.
Okay. I can start.
Perfect.
You want me to get it out?
Yes, please.
Okay. He felt sleepy. In his heart, he wanted to remain awake, but he also wanted to sleep. I am learning the language of the world, and everything in the world is beginning to make sense to me. Even the flight of the hawk, he said to himself. And in the mood, he was grateful to be in love. When you are in love, things make even more sense, he thought. Suddenly, the hawks made a flashing drive through the sky, attacking the other. As it did so, a sudden, bleeding image came to the boy. An army with its swords at the ready, riding into the witness. The vision vanished immediately, but it had taken him. He had heard people speak of mirage,
Yes.
and had already seen some himself. They were desire. They were desire that because of their intensely materials over the sand of the desert. But he certainly didn't desire that, and the army invaded the oasis. He wanted to forget about the vision and return to his meditation. He tried again to concentrate on the pink sand of the desert and its stone, but there was something there in his heart that wouldn't allow him to do so. Always heed the omen, the old king had said. The boy recalled what he had seen in the vision and sensed that it was actually going to occur.
Melissa,
He rose
Melissa, hold on a second. Have you ever had a vision that you were like, oh my God, this is going to come true? Have you ever had that? Okay. Yes.
I get the deja vu of, what's supposed to say? I consider deja vu as, you know, like a prediction too.
Yeah.
Especially if you know that yes, you dreamed about it and then it happened that same day or the next day. It's like, okay, I'm ready for it.
Yeah. That's a good point. Deja vu can actually be a vision that you had or a dream that you had, and then it shows up in real life. Do you get dizzy with deja vu? Because I do.
You know, the last time I remember I had deja vu is when I had a dream that I was in the mall and my mom talked about you know, wanting to be a grandma and everything. But she wanted a granddaughter and stuff.
Right.
And then it happened. We talked about it at the mall. And I said, wow.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, this is such a good woman. She's like, I really want a granddaughter. She said, I want to experience that.
Wow.
And I was just like, I never thought I would hear my mom talk like that.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And then I had, you know, and then sometimes your dreams can come like that little premonition of you've seen this, and then it turns into like a little girl came and said she got candy in her hair and stuff, right? And I go, oh, I'm not your mother, right?
Right.
And then it's like 2 years later, I become a mother to a little girl.
Wow. That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is so crazy. I love that. So that was like a premonition, no?
Yeah, that was like a premonition.
Yeah. I love that.
You know, too, the premonitions are always something that you always remember.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Because I had a dream about a little boy.
Yeah.
And he was my son. But he was, I don't know what color his eyes were. He had light color eyes. I don't know if it was blue because my grandma has blue eyes. So I'm like, okay, who is that? So the little boy loves being in ocean water. He floats in it, like, and enjoys it.
Right.
And then I got to see him grow up. And then he became one of those people that do the Olympics.
Oh,
where he
wow.
goes and the boat. I don't know what those things are called, with the paddle and everything. They're like little skinny boats. You got like 4 people in the boat and they all paddling.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So he became that. So it was like from him loving water from a child. I was like, well, who wants to be in the ocean water to be able to embrace the water like that? I was like, oh, I want to be with you. I was like, I don't know how that do with you. Like, you really, really love water. And like,
I want that.
you know, my daughter loves water too. It's like, like when you're getting mad about water, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have water children that want to be in the water.
I love that.
Yeah.
I want that vision to come true. That dream to come true.
Yay. I mean, the Olympics thing, I thought to myself, like, I wonder how people feel about being champion in the Olympics. Like, that's what they do for a living.
Right.
That's very different.
Yeah. Yeah, I want that for you. It'd be nice.
take that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Let's get back to the book.
Okay, I stopped on page 104, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what did I stop at?
Always heed the omens.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Always heed the omen. The old king said, the boy recalled what he had seen in the vision and sensed that it was actually going to occur. He rose and made his way back towards the palm tree. Once again, he proceeded the many languages in the things about him. This time, the desert was safe, and it was the oasis that had become dangerous. The camel driver was seated at the base of the palm trees, observing the sunset. He saw the boy appear from the other side of the, is that dunes or guns?
Dunes.
An army is coming, the boy said. I had a vision. The desert fills men's hearts with vision. The camel driver answered. But the boy told him about the hawks, that he had been watching their flight, and suddenly felt himself to have plunged to the soul of the world. The camel driver understood what the boy was saying. He knew that any given thing on the face of the earth could reveal the history of all things. One could open a book to any page, or look at the person's hand. One could turn a card, or watch the flight of the birds. Whatever the thing observed, one could find a connection with his experience of the moment. Actually, it wasn't that those things in themselves revealed anything at all. It was just that people looking at what's occurring around them could find a means of premonition or predators.
No, wait. To find a means of penetration.
Oh, thank you. Find a means of penetration to the soul
Yes.
of the world. The desert was full of men who earned their living based on the ease with which they could
Penetrate. Penetrate.
penetrate to the soul of the world.
Yes.
They were known as seers, and they were held in fear by women and the elderly. Tribesmen were also wary of consulting them because it would be impossible to be effective in a battle if one knew that he was
Fated.
to die.
Fated to die. Yes.
Fated to die.
Yes.
The tribesmen preferred the taste of the battle and the thrill of not knowing what the outcome would be. The future was already written a fighter, and he had consulted with seers. Many of them had been right about what they said, while some had been wrong. Then one day, the oldest seer he had ever pulled out, and the one most to be feared, had asked why the camel driver was so interested in the future. Well, so I can do things, he had responded, and so I can change those things that I don't want to happen.
Right.
But then they wouldn't be part of your future. Well, maybe I just want to know the future so I can prepare myself for what's coming.
Right.
If good things are coming, they will be a pleasant surprise,
Right.
said the seer. If bad things are, and you know in advance, you will suffer greatly before they even occur. I want to know about the future because I'm a man, the camel driver had said to the seer. And men always live their lives based on the future. The seer was...
I didn't know that.
The seer was... I know. And men always live their lives based on the future.
Right. That's new to me.
I want to know... Oh, yeah, I did that part of it. The seer was a specialist in the casting of twigs.
Yes.
He threw them on the ground and made interpretations based on how they felt. That day, he didn't use a cast. He wrapped the twigs in a piece of corn and put them back in his bag. I make my living forecasting the future for people, he said. I know the science of the twigs, and I know how to use them to penetrate to the place where all is written. There, I can read the past, discover what has already been forgotten, and understand the omens are here in the present. When people consult me, it's not that I'm reading the future. I am guessing at the future. The future belongs to God. And it is only He who reveals it. Under extraordinary circumstances, how do I guess at the future? Based on the omens of the present, the secret is here, in the present. If you pay attention to the present, you can improve upon it. And if you improve on the present, what comes later will also be better. Forget about the future and live each day according to the teaching. Confident that God loves His children. Each day in itself brings with it an eternity. The camel driver had asked what the circumstances were under which God would allow him wanted the boy to serve as his instrument. Go and speak to the tribal chief.
Chieftains.
That's what chieftain. That's a camel driver. Tell them about the armies that are approaching. They'll laugh at me. They are men of the desert, and the men of the desert are used to dealing with omens. Well, then they probably already know. They are not concentrating. They're not concerned with that right now. They believe that if they have to know about something, Allah wants them to know. Someone will tell them about it. It happens many times before. But this time, the person is you. The boy thought of Fatima, and he decided he would go to see the chief of the tribes. The boy approached the guard at the front of the huge white tent at the center of the woods. I want to see the chieftain. I brought almonds from the desert. Without responding, the guard entered the tent, where he remained for some time. When he emerged, it was with a young Arab, dressed in white and gold. The boy told the younger man what he had seen, and the man asked him to wait there. He disappeared into the tent. Night fell, and an assortment of fighting men and merchants entered and exit the tent. One by one, the camp fires were extinguished, and the oasis fell as quiet as the desert. Only the lights in the great tent remained. During all this time, the boy thought about Fatima, and he was still unable to understand his last conversation with her. Finally, after hours of waiting, the guard bade the boy enter. The boy was astonished by what he saw inside. Never could he have imagined that there in the middle of the desert, there exists a tent like this one. The ground was covered with the most beautiful carpets he had ever walked upon. And from the top of the structure, huge lamps of hand gold, each with a lighted candle. The tribe were seated at the back of the tent in a semicircle, resting upon richly embroidered silk cushions. other chieftains, because my eyes are not yet accustomed to the desert, the boy said. I can see things in their eyes.
Habituated
to the desert, might not see. And also because I know about the soul of the world. He thought to himself, the oasis is a neutral ground. No one attacks an oasis, said the third chieftain.
Oh, hold on, Melissa. Hold on. I couldn't understand why his vision was so important, right?
Right.
So his vision, and then I also couldn't understand why he could go into this elaborate tent, right? That was so lush with silk and lamps. And it was a glorious place to enter into, right? So now I get it. The oasis is neutral ground. No one attacks an oasis. So they're not expecting. So the boy's vision was meaningful because they're not expecting an attack.
Right.
That's crazy. Exactly. It kind of looks like they actually don't believe him, right? But then it looks like somebody was like, all right, maybe we should talk to this kid, right? So it's like they let him in, but not really believing him. Like, when you're growing up and you tell your parent, you see dead people and they're like, we don't have time for this right now, right? But it's your reality, and it's like, no, I seriously see dead people, right? And they don't want to hear it because it's not their reality. They don't have time to invest in something like that. You know what I mean? So now you get this kid that's like, yo, this is serious. This is really going to go down. And they're like, well, clearly you don't know this territory because we don't get attacked. That's not a thing here. So go ahead, Melissa. This is getting fascinating now.
I know. They're very interesting.
Yes.
I can only tell you what I saw. If you don't want to believe me, you don't have to do anything about it. The man fell into an animated discussion. They spoke in an Arabic dialect that the boy didn't understand. But when he made to leave, the guard told him to stay. The boy became fearful. The omen told him that something was wrong. He regretting having to spoken to the camel driver, about what he had seen in the desert. Suddenly, the elder at the center smiled almost immediately. Impeccably.
The elder smiled almost impeccably.
Impeccably, okay. And the boy felt better. The man hadn't participated in the discussion and, in fact, hadn't said a word up to that point. But the boy was already the world, and he could feel the vibration of the peace throughout the tent. Now his intuition was that he acted right in coming. The discussion ended. The chieftains were silent for a few moments as they listened to what the old man was saying. He turned to the board. This time, his expression was cold and distant. 2,000 years ago, in a distant land, a man who believed in dreams was thrown into the dungeon and then sold as a slave. The old man said, now, in the dialect, the boy understood. Our merchants bought that man, and brought him to Egypt. All of us know that whoever believes in dreams also knows how to interpret dreams. Interpret them. The elderly continued. When I say that word?
Let me see. Pharaoh.
Thank you. When the Pharaoh dreamed of the cows that were thin and the cows that were fat. This man I'm speaking of rescued Egypt from famine.
Famine, yes.
His name was Joseph.
Yes.
He too was a stranger in a strange land like you, and he was probably about your age.
Interesting.
He paused and his eyes were still unfriendly. He always observed the tradition. The tradition saved Egypt from famine
Yes.
in those days.
Yes.
Famine in those days. And made the Egyptians the wealthiest of peoples.
Yes.
The tradition teaches men how to cross the desert and how their children should marry. The tradition says that an oasis is neutral territory because both sides have oasis and so are vulnerable. No one said a word as the old man continued, but the tradition also says that he should believe the merchants of the desert. Everything we know was taught to us by the desert. The old man gave a signal, and everyone stood. The meeting was over. The hookahs were extinguished, and the guards stood at attention. The boy made ready to leave, but the old man spoke again. Tomorrow we are going to break the agreement that says that no one at the oasis may carry arms throughout the entire day. We will be on the lookout for our enemies. frightened then. But he had been making risky bets ever since the day he had sold his sheep to pursue his personal legend.
Yes.
And as the camel driver had said, to die tomorrow was no worser than dying on any other day. Every day was there to be lived, or to mark one's departure from the world. Everything depends on one word, Mamta. Walking along in the silence, he had no regret.
Right.
If he dies tomorrow, it will be because God was not willing to change the future. He would at least have died after having crossed the street, after having worked in a crystal shop, and after having known the silence of the desert in Fatima's eyes. He had lived every one of his days intensely since he had left home so long ago. If he died tomorrow, he would already have seen more than other shepherds had. He was proud of it, and he was proud of it. Suddenly, he heard a thunderstorm, a thunder sound, and he was thrown to the ground by the wind, such as he had never known. The area was swirling in dust, so intense that it had the moon from view. Before him was an enormous white horse rearing over him with a frightened scream. When the blinded dust had settled a bit, the boy trembled at what he did. As strange, the animal was a horseman dressed completely in black, with a falcon pinched or perched on his left shoulder. He wore a turban, and his entire face, except his eyes, was covered with a black kerchief.
I'm missing where you're. I'm not sure where you're at. What page are you on?
I'm at the end of page 112, and it says he wore a turban.
Yes.
And his entire face, except his eyes,
Yes.
was covered with a black. Is it handkerchief?
It's supposed to be handkerchief, but they abbreviated it to say kerchief.
He appeared to be a duchess from the desert, but his presence was much more powerful than that of
A mere.
A mere mention.
Yes.
The straight horseman drew an enormous curved sword from a scabbard mounted on his saddle. The sill of its blade glittered in the light of the moon. Who dare
Al-Fayoum. Al-Fayoum. Yes.
It is who dared to do so, said the boy. He was reminded of the image of Santiago, Mateo horse, mounting on his white horse with an inflatable benefit. His hooves. This man looked exactly the same, except that now the roles were reversed. It is who dared to do so, he repeated, and he lowered his hand.
His head.
To receive his head. He lowered his head to receive a blow from the sword. Many lives will be saved because I was able to see through the soul of the world. The sword did not fall. Instead, the stranger lowered it slowly until the point touched the boy's forehead. It drew a droplet of blood. The horseman was completely
immobile,
as was the boy. It didn't even occur to the boy to flee. In his heart, he felt a strange sense of joy. He was about to die. In pursuit of his personal legend, and for Fatima, the omens had been true after all. Here he was face to face with his enemy, but there was no need to be concerned about dying. The soul of the world awaited him, and he would soon be a part of it. And tomorrow, his enemy would also be a part of that soul. The strength continued to hold the sword at the boy's forehead. Why did you read the flight of the bird? I read only what the birds wanted to tell me. They wanted to see the oasis. Tomorrow all of you will die, because there are more men at the oasis than you have. The sword remained where it was. Who are you to change what Allah has willed? Allah created the armies, and he also created the hawk. Allah taught me the language of the bird. Everything has been written by the same hand. And the voices reminding the camel driver's words. The stranger withdrew the sword from the boy's forehead, and the boy felt immensely relieved.
Yes, relieved.
But he was still. I said we're immensely.
Oh, you did it well. He was immensely relieved. Yes.
Oh, did I already? Okay, immensely relieved. But still couldn't move. Be careful with your
prognostications.
Oh my goodness. Prognostication.
Yes.
Said the stranger. When something is written, there is no. I don't know why my voice get like that. When something is written, there is no way to change it. All I saw was an army. desert, but never trust it completely. Because the desert tests all men in challenging every step and kills those who become distracted. What he said reminded the boy of the old king. If the warriors come here and your head is still on your shoulder at the sunset, come and find me, said the stranger. The same hand that had vanished, the sword now held a whip. The horse reared again, rising a cloud of dust. Where do you live? Shouted the boy as the horseman rode away. The hand with the whip pointed to the south. The boy had met the alchemist.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on, Melissa, because this is just so much to unpack, right? So the first thing we're gonna talk now. The first thing I want to point out is how much this little boy has grown up. Right? Like, he is amazingly grown today. This was an arrogant little piece of shit that has truly become a man. I love the way he is constantly reading the signs, right? Even though, remember the guy with the books wanted to make him feel inadequate, but he was like, we don't all learn the same way, so what is his problem, right? I love the fact that he went to the psychic, and somewhere in her language, she knew that she wasn't getting the complete story, right? That all of a sudden, she, as her gift, she couldn't see the future, right? But what's more important about that is that there are times when you're getting a reading that God will keep information from you, right? There are people that get readings and they want details. Tell me everything, Tracy. Tell me exactly. Tell me what he's feeling. You know, tell me the outcome, the end. What's the end story? And it's like, it's almost like when we're giving readings, I don't know if you find this, Melissa, but all of a sudden, it's a riddle, right? You're giving us, you're doing a reading, but all of a sudden the reading is a riddle. It becomes a riddle to you. I don't know if you've had this problem. And then I'll question spirit and I'll be like, why are you not taking me to the end of the line? Like, this person's having anxiety right now. They need to know. And they won't reveal it. They won't tell me what the end of the line is. Right? And so this old lady was not allowed to see the end of the line. But remember, the vision, according to the little boy, he didn't get the end of the line, right? When this soldier on his horse came up, the soldier was like, how dare you? How dare you, do what you did? And he's like, you're messing with what is written. You're messing with Allah. And he goes, no, I didn't see the end of the story. I only saw the soldiers coming. And that's what the birds wanted me to see. And he wasn't going to back down from it. He already knew that there was a label on his back, right? So he already figured that when he saw the man, this was death. This was death. And he was like, you know what? I've lived long enough to know that I can trust the universe. I can trust God. And what does he call it? Something of the soul of the world. And my story is the soul of the world. And if this guy kills me, his soul becomes the story that's a part of the story of the world. But I'm now willing to die because I know I did the right thing. That it's okay that if this guy has come to kill me, right? I'm ready for it. But I didn't cower, Melissa. I didn't cower, right? Because if he had cowered, the whole oasis would have been slaughtered. So he's fine with death if that becomes the sacrifice. I'm okay with it. I mean, it's beautiful what was just written here. I mean, absolutely beautiful. Because there are so many times in our life, just like going to see Woman is King, there's so many times in our lives where we have to rise up, but we're afraid. We're afraid of the consequences. We're afraid of losing our jobs. We're afraid of losing our income. We're afraid of losing our relationships. But there also comes a time. Yeah, you're afraid of the consequences. But there also has to come a time where you have to say to yourself, like, are you a part of the soul of the story, soul of the world? Like, you can say, listen, you can say something. This wasn't a fight. Say something, right? Imbe Umbuka, right? The reason why he is in trouble is because someone said something to somebody else. That's the reason why he is in trouble. But how would you feel if you didn't say anything and you knew something? And I don't know what I'm talking about here. I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's like, no, keeping quiet, that's not your job. What's the thing when they say, if you see your crime, say something, right? That goes with anything.
Right, and most people don't because they do see stuff, but they never say anything.
Right, right. And I just also want to parallel this story when it to the part of the Bible with Joseph and Joseph saving Egypt. That's a fascinating story. I'm gonna find that part of the story and reread it next week, Melissa. But that's a very fascinating part of the Bible where Joseph had a vision. And if I remember correctly, he went to go tell an old man. But the vision, yeah, the vision was he saw the camels thinning. He saw them thin. So that meant that a famine was coming, right? But I think he went to go tell an old man, and then when he told the old man, or whoever he told, they knew exactly what the vision meant, right? So getting back to the psychic, I love that the psychic knew her limitations. And I love that she was like, don't make me your God, right? That's not my job, and that's not your job to come to me. I can interpret the future. It doesn't mean it's the final outcome. And then she had this thing, and she said, go tell the men in the oasis. Which means she knew. Now remember, now she becomes a part of the soul of the world, part of that story. Because she knew, even as a woman, she couldn't tell the men. Do you understand? Nobody would listen to her. Remember how they set that stage? You know, these type of people go to seers, other types don't. So she had some inadequacies. She couldn't take the boy's dream and go tell the men in the oasis, right? So she had a pivotal part in this, right? And so she said, go tell the men. And if I remember correctly, he was like, they're not going to listen to me. And, you know, she convinced him to do his part. Do your part. It's your vision. I mean, I thought that was really beautiful, that whole part in the story.
You know, especially personally being a psychic and the expectations that some people have to get me to the end of, to get them to the end of the story. But the end of the story is about you. It's about your choices and your decisions. You know, can I see? Yes. But can I necessarily see the choices you need to make to be best, to be better? No, that's not my job. You haven't made the choices yet.
Right. And also, you know, sometimes people want you to tell the outcome, but maybe God doesn't want them to know the outcome because they got other work they got to do first.
Yeah. Or like sometimes people will come to me and they need to choose between one and the other. The best I can tell them is the differences between the two people. That's the best I can offer.
Right.
You know, I can't say, well, this one will build you a mansion and this one will be humble, right? There are times when I literally can see that. And when I tell people, take the humble guy. There's two guys coming. One will give you everything you want. You will never suffer financially. He's a horrible man. The other one, I will say, he's very humble, maybe a little boring, but he's a good man. You know what people tell me? They want the one that will give them the mansion.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. Because they don't understand what having a good man actually feels like. And this is a warning. I'm like, two men are coming. One is vibrant and exciting, but he cheats a lot. Like, he's not a nice man, but you're not going to see it right away. He's tricking you, right? He'll ask you for marriage, but he's tricking you. I was like, don't forget my words. I'm like, there's another guy that's coming along. He's going to be humble. He might be a maintenance worker. You know, he might just have, you know, a regular everyday job that you don't find exciting. But the other guy is going to be exciting. But that guy that's exciting, all types of women are looking at him. The humble guy is looking at you. The humble guy is looking at you. I'm telling you, when I tell women what to look out for, they will always choose the flashy guy.
Sometimes the flashy guy, it takes 3 months, between 3 and 6 months, and they'll show you who they are 6 months later. Sometimes 3 months later.
Right.
They'll show you who they really are, and then you feel like, oh my God, I'm messed up.
And when the psychic couldn't get to the end, like, she didn't see the war, she didn't see the outcome, neither did he. So then she says to him, just go tell the men on the oasis. And remember what she said, they live here. They know how to read the desert. And boom.
Right.
He goes, he tells them, and then he goes to tell them, and what do? They're like, you don't even belong here. Right?
Right. And he was speaking a different language around him.
Exactly. But something in them, by the grace of God, understood, because there was precedences, right? There was something in the Bible already that told this story, told this similar story. History always repeats itself, always. And so they knew they had something to refer to. And so they start talking about Joseph, and there's like, you know, Joseph saved Egypt, basically saying this kid was sent to us to save us. And what does the chieftain say to everyone? Get your guns out. Get your guns. And at the oasis, there's never guns. And he says, get your guns, be prepared, and you do not lift that gun unless it's absolutely necessary. was,
it's women and children.
well, yeah, but they have, it's kind of like religious law, right? So they don't want to ruin the sanctity of what an oasis represents, right? So
Right.
they decided that maybe the boy is having a vision, and maybe they need to prepare because they do have a reference to build upon. And so the chieftain says, go ahead and get your guns, but you do not raise those guns unless it's absolutely necessary. So the chieftain is trying to tell his people, keep the sanctuary of the oasis. But if it's necessary, shoot.
90 seconds.
I mean, I
Well,
think
I could
this,
definitely say that boy has a lot of courage just to even speak around them. You know how long they made him wait?
yeah,
Going to the tent?
right. But didn't we watch him grow in his courage? Remember?
Absolutely.
I mean,
He
it's,
wasn't scared from the beginning.
yeah. It's so beautiful to watch. It's so beautiful to watch someone grow up.
Right.
That's beautiful.
And then he's honoring the gods of the omen.
I love that he's constantly, you do that a lot, Melissa. I love that he's always honoring the signs. You talked about it today. You're like, I've got a baby feather that I found. Is that the first time you've ever found a baby feather?
I found baby feather before, but not that small. It's the smallest I've ever seen.
The smallest you've ever seen. That's beautiful. And again, those are signs. I'm praying that you looked it up. I think I know what it means, Melissa.
10 seconds.
But I don't want to tell you. I just want you to invest in this find.
Right.
Yeah. And it's important talking.
And the point that's the alchemist.
Yes. So in the end, what does the guy say? In the end, he goes, he's talking to the guy with the sword. And he goes, where do you live? Shouted the boy as the horseman rode away. And the hand with the whip pointed to the south. And the boy had met the alchemist.
Wow. He met him before the other guy did.
Well, but remember why? Do you know why? The salesman, oh, I forgot what his title is. Do you understand why?
Because he didn't want to put in the work to do it. He was putting the boy to do it.
Well, you're right about that, but his vision was off. To me, the salesman was more about greed. He was looking for the alchemist. Yeah, he was looking for the alchemist for the wrong reasons. And so, remember, they exchanged personalities, and the boy said, "I think I need to read more books." Remember, he had threw his books away, and then the salesman was like, "No, you have to read, and this is the reason why." And he goes, "Oh yeah, I think I need to read more books." And the salesman goes, "I think I need to observe more." So they exchanged time, right? They exchanged time. The boy was actively reading, actively educating himself, actively learning. The salesman was presumably looking and observing, presumably. And when they came back together, the salesman says, like, "What did you learn?" And the boy, I forgot what his answer was, but it wasn't an answer that the salesman was comfortable with. And he was like, you're like basically saying to the little boy, "You're like a waste of time." But also, but the old man was cheating, right? He gave the boy the books, hoping the boy would get a revelation. So the salesman was cheating. So when a boy came back and gave him an answer that didn't make sense to the salesman, he was like, get away from me. You don't even know nothing. Because the old man was cheating. He was hoping that the little boy would read the books and get enlightenment, and then they could come back and have conversations about it together. But the boy tricked him, not on purpose, but yeah. And so the salesman who was looking for the alchemist, he's never going to meet the alchemist. Never. Because what he wanted out of the alchemist wasn't going to serve a higher purpose. Remember that. It was never going to serve a higher purpose. The boy met the alchemist because he saved the oasis. Yeah. You know? Yeah. It is deep. I'm actually going to be forced to go back and read this whole section again. I think we started at 102. I'm going to go back. I don't know where my clip thing is. I'm going to go back and read it again. Like, take my time and go. I really love the book, The Alchemist. It's just so fascinating because I just see so many things that all of us need to do, right? Especially in this COVID world, this COVID experiment, Uranus and Taurus. There's so many things here that's palpable that tells me we have to be influenced with changing how we view the world, right? And I love the soul of the world, and read the signs out there. I got a fucking Geico in my living room right now, right? Like sleeping on top of my lampshade. The bitch looks at me like it's no, literally, it's like watching every move. I can't get the bitch out of my house, right? But of course, I know the damn. I think it's a lizard. I know the damn lizard is here for a reason. You know how I know it's here for a reason? Same lizard walked in my house, right? And I chased it out. And the bitch came back in. 3 days later, same lizard came back in. So I know it has a message for me, but I'm like, yo, I can't do this with you, right? But I understand. So last night, I'm literally watching TV, and the bitch is watching TV with me on top of my lampshade. No kidding. I put a picture in the group. There's a lizard on top of my lampshade. And all I could say to the lizard is, listen, I don't know why you're here. I guess I'll get the message later. I just don't want you to come near me. Just don't come near me. I prefer that you leave the house. But if you have to be here, don't come near me. Please. I beg of you. And yet I know the lizard is bringing a message. Because this is a lizard that I've never seen. There must be like different variations of lizard. This is a lizard I've never seen. And it's bright green, right? And lizards change colors. This one is not changing. It's not changing colors. It is. It's just light green. Yes. So wow. It's showing itself to me on purpose. A lizard can become black around a black surface. It can become beige around a beige surface. It becomes green if it's around grass. The lizard turns colors. It will not turn colors. It is a vibrant green. So 1, I don't know what the fuck a lizard means. 2, the color must mean something. And 3, I'm living with the lizard right now that's watching TV with me. The fuck?
Wow. You know what? We gotta look at to see what that color is. I mean, I know green's for money, but it's light green.
No,
so it's something else.
No, it's like hunter green. It's like the green of grass, but vibrant.
Oh,
but vibrant. It's like a green I've never seen. It's like the color of grass, but like vibrant. Like I can't explain it. All right. I can't explain it, guys, but I did put a picture in. Let me see if I can send a picture to the group. Hold on, Melissa. I'm gonna send a picture to the group. Oh, here it is. Oh, here it is. I don't know if you guys can see it well, but I'm gonna send it over. AirDrop, iPad. Maybe you guys can help me. All right, hold on. Oh, stop it. Guys, go see Woman is King. I'm going right now to see Woman is King. It doesn't start until 2 o'clock, but I'm taking a day off. Is it kryptonite green? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to show you right now. Okay, here it is. Can you guys see that? That's my lampshade. And that the blue under the beige lampshade, that's my sofa. And this here, he's looking directly at me. And very casual. He's like, "We gonna hang out, girl." And then at some point, I was like, okay, I'm living with the fucking lizard. And so when I turn the lights out, which is what I do at a certain hour, and I only have the TV on, I guess because of the light, it turned around to face the light. But to me, it looked like it was watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills with me. The fuck? Can you see it, Melissa? Can you see the lizard? I don't know how to make it show bigger. Let me see. Let me take a better picture of it. Squatter lizard. Let me see if I can get a better picture of it. Hold on. I just took a better picture of it. Hold on a second. I'm going to send it over. Let me make it more. Let me edit. Edit. Make it more square. Here. Square. Square. There you go. Done. Send it over. Hold on, guys. I'm going to put one more over. Melissa says, hi, everyone. Oh, this is a much better. This is the shit I'm living with right now. Fuck out of here. Hold on. I'm going to show you guys. Since nobody believes the hell that I live in the Caribbean. Hold on. I'm going to show you. It's coming. It's coming. Okay, hold on. This is what I live with right now. Really? Really, people? This is in my house, watching me. All right. Make a, 11/11? Oh, make a wish. Make a wish. Make a wish. All right, Melissa. Right, mother of brats? That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. And then I was doing a Zoom reading. And so I was in my back bedroom doing the Zoom reading. And then the lizard came from underneath my bed. And I was like, oh my God, Lord, what am I supposed to do? So at least it's not in my bedroom anymore. At least it's in the living room. I don't know. It's my Caribbean life, child. All right, guys. Melissa, thank you so much. We're definitely gonna recap this in the first half hour. We're gonna recap it, and I'm gonna tell you guys the story about Joseph. Is Joseph in the dream coat? Is that the same story? Is that the same story? Lisa, that's what I'm trying to say. This is not even comfortable. You should have seen him last night. Like last night, he was like the Geico commercial. You're welcome, Melissa. You're so welcome. So this morning, I left my door open to tell, and I told the lizard, I was like, leave. Just leave. But it had its back to the door. So I was like, oh my God. So it'll stay here another night. This is hell. This is sheer hell. It's hell. Help me. All right, guys. I am out of here. I love you all. Thank you for investing in this book. Be prepared next week to go over the pages that Melissa just read, and I'm going to tell you the story about the young boy Joseph that saved Egypt. Hell no, he likes humans. He can go find humans someplace else. I'm not the only human. I love you all. Go see Woman is King. Treat yourself. Don't deny yourself. Go see Woman is King. I love you all. Take it easy. Bye. Thank
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys.